Hi, my name is Caroline, and this is my Path CTRI application video submission. Today we have Anne-Marie riding for us. Paula is our volunteer, and Kathy is helping us out as well. We've already checked all the tack. We made sure that his saddle is centered on his back. His girth is nice and snug. His stirrups are held correctly, and there's no tears, grips, or stretching in the stirrup straps. His bridle and his reins are on correctly as well. And Anne-Marie is wearing a safety helmet with 2 fingers between the brim and her eyebrows. Anne-Marie, you ready to do this? All right, let's stand on the block. Grab your reins with your left hand and gently swing your right leg over Kathy's back without touching him. Excellent. And you can leave your feet out of your stirrups. Paula, if you wouldn't mind bringing Kathy up a few steps. That's good right there. And we're going to go ahead and let me check your girth first. Make sure we're still nice and snug. Yeah, good on that. We'll get your feet in stirrups. Yep. And Paula, you can go ahead and unhook. And if you wouldn't mind opening the gate for us and closing it behind both of us. And where you can come out, stay along the rail, and turn to the left, and park at letter A. And Paul. And all the gates are also, they're all closed now in the arena. All right, let's check your girth one more time. Okay, so we're going to start our warm-up. So when you're ready, you Kathy will squeeze, and let's have your warm on. We want to get into a nice working walk to keep us forward moving. What we're going to do is make just one big loop around the arena, stay along the rail, and come back to letter A. So body alignment and posture are really important when you ride. So we want to always make sure we have a nice tall, straight back. Our heels are down, toes are up. You want to always make sure you're looking where you're going, and that your hands are nice and low and quiet. Body alignment is really important as well. You just want your ear, your shoulder, your hip, and your heel to one straight line. And these things together make it much more comfortable for Kathy and for you to help keep both of you balanced. We'll talk a little bit about why we're warming up. And that is because when your muscles and Kathy's muscles are nice and warm and ready to work, it's going to help prevent injury in any physical activity, whether you're riding or doing anything else that's physical. So we'll talk a little bit about the half halt. The half halt is a little tug on the reins, a slight tug, to kind of collect your horse. For example, if you're in a camper and you want to do a downward transition, you can also use that half halt to bring him down to a trot, as opposed to having to come down to a walk or just stop. Also, the half halt, if he gets a little bit quick and you just need to slow down in a particular gait, maybe a trot, you can use that half halt for that as well. We're coming up to a corner, so we'll talk about the bend for a second. When you have any bends, turns, corners, you want to make sure that you use your inside leg at the girth to give him something to bend around, and that inside leg to bend his nose around and give him a nice even bend. Horses don't naturally want to do that. So at letter A, we're going to pick up our posting trot. You can give him a little squeeze right here. Let's get into that posting trot. And you're on the correct diagonal, which is great. Correct diagonal is you rising with Kathy's outside leg. That keeps Kathy and you both balanced and comfortable. You can turn to the right at letter H. We're going to head towards letter M. At letter M, you're going to go ahead and pick up your canter using your inside leg at the keeps Cappy balanced. That looks great. You canter to letter A, where you're going to use that half halt to come down to your twist and trot. And there you go, you're on the correct lead, on the correct diagonal. At letter H, you can go ahead and come down to your walk. We're going to turn again towards letter M. Nice, very nice. We're going to walk to letter M. That was beautiful, Emily. Your posture is beautiful. Your leg position is just perfect. When you get to letter M, we're going to turn towards the inside of the arena. Make a half circle, and we can come back to letter E. Give Cappy just a little bit of a break. We want to keep that working walk going as well, though, so he doesn't get too tired. I'm sorry, too rested. All right. He just wants to move in the opposite direction then. All right, we'll have him walk to letter E. At letter E, you can pick up your coasting trot again. We'll do it the warm up again in this direction. So you can go ahead and give it a little squeeze. And correct diagonal. At the corner between F and A, we'll go ahead and pick up a canter again. Using that inside leg in the girth and your outside leg slightly behind. Nice. And he's on the correct canter lead. Perfect. At letter M, you can use that half halt to go down to a coasting trot. Very good. And at letter H, you can go ahead and come down to your walk. And make a half circle, turn back towards the center line. And when you get to the center line, you can just walk towards letter C. And that's where we're going to start our pattern. So I'd like you at letter C to park on the rail, facing the pole. So you and Cappy should be nice, open up, ready to do this pattern. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm just going to, one more time, we start, still nice and snug. Keep your foot back in the stirrup. Feeling good? All right. Good. Okay. So we're going to start our pattern. When you're ready, give Cappy a little squeeze. And we'll keep that working walk going. We're going to stay along the rail. At letter B, we're going to pick up your coasting trot. So when you get to letter B, you'll give Cappy a little squeeze with your legs. And we'll pick that up. And you're on the correct diagonal. So you're going to post your trot to the corner between A and K, where you're going to turn diagonally into the arena towards me. Continuing with that posting trot. That looks beautiful, everybody. I love that. At the imaginary letter X in the center of the arena, you're going to sit 2 beats, change your diagonal. Heading towards the corner. You're going to turn to the left. The corner, you're going to go ahead and again diagonally towards the center of the arena where I am. Have a sitting trot. There you go. With the sitting trot, you're going to remember to sit back just slightly. Keep your legs nice and relaxed. A nice soft back, moving with Cappy's movement. At the next corner between F and A, we're going to go ahead and pick up our canter, using that inside leg in the girth and your outside leg slightly behind. And he's on the correct lead, which is great. Canter to letter H. I love that. I love how you're moving with Cappy and his movement. Can you have halt to go down to a trot here? We're going to continue on towards letter C. At letter M, you're going to go ahead, we're going to do our circle. We're going to have 2 nice big half circles. So use that inside leg for that bend. We're going to bend towards letter E. Continue with that posting trot. And I love that you change your diagonal. We'll continue that trot to letter A. That's beautiful. At the next corner, go ahead and do your canter. Using your inside leg at the earth and your outside leg slightly behind. Beautiful. He's on the correct lead. And at M, you can come down to your sitting trot. And we're going to go to C. You can make a half circle here, Anne-Marie. Turn back towards letter M. And we're going to stay along the rail and go to letter C. Keep that sitting trot, I'm sorry. At letter C, we're going to make a big 20-meter circle. Continue with the sitting trot. And use that inside leg at the girth and your inside rein to help him bend nicely around that circle. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful sitting trot, by the way. So you're going to continue that sitting trot to the corner, where you can go ahead and come down to your walk. And we're going to stay along the, and if you can get into a working walk again, that would be great. Giving just a little squeeze. And we're going to walk down the rail to letter A. That was beautiful. Feeling okay? Feeling good? You look like you have fun. I love that. I love the big smile, and you have a great smile. So we're going to keep that walk going. At letter A, I'd like you to just make a half circle and park at the center line towards the barn. There you go. And we're going to pop right in. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So, we're almost done. So we're going to have you back happy up 3 steps, so we'll just stay nice and tall. I love that your heels are down. You're going to pull back on your reins and just have it back up 3 steps.